Welcome back to Two for the Road. In this episode, we are showing you another great campground in Withlacoochee State Forest. It's called Mutual Mine Recreation Area. Once you pull off the road, you're immediately greeted with a dirt road, and the condition of it's a little bumpy. A couple potholes here and there. So far, it's not anything super aggressive. So let's go check out this great little campground. But first, here's a quick look at the map to see where it's located. As you can see, it's located in Central Florida, right between Spring Hill and Ocala. Okay, so upon arrival, you will need a gate code to get inside the park, because it is for registered campers only. And if you come here without a reservation, there is an option for you to make a reservation. You simply go on to reserve.com and make a reservation, or you can call this phone number to make a reservation. So this campground, we're going to do a full walkthrough. There's only 13 campsites here, 1 through 6 to the right and 7 through 13 to the left. And then there is a youth campground, and I'm not sure if we'll actually check out the youth campground or not. Anyway, you have a building here for your trash. You see it's a little overloaded right now. So the road, or the loop road to the campsites, is a hard compact gravel surface. It's partly concrete, a little worn out, been here a long time. You can see the park itself, or the campground, is beautifully landscaped. There is some random water spigots along the way in. Speed limit is 10 miles an hour. That says women's. This is the old restrooms. And I see the men's over there, but you can see in the middle is the brand new restrooms. So we're already in the campground itself, and right here to the left is site number 6. It's kind of fenced in to where your rig can be, but look at the freaking room you have on the outside the fence. This is amazing. You have a picnic table with a lantern hanger right at the table. That's really cool. I've never seen that before. And you have a fire ring with the ability to cook on it, which is very nice. Water spigot way back there at the end of the campsite. Lots of pines and oak trees for shade. A lot of yard here. And then I see this little ramp here, or stairway. Let's see what this goes to. Oh, it goes down to the river. This turns out to be McKenneth Lake. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. It's a deck, observation deck, and then there's a stairway that leads down from it even. So let's explore. Let's explore this, because I wasn't expecting this here. Ooh, spider webs. Oh, look at that. It's a little swampy style. I don't know if that's part of a river or if that's a pond. I'll have to look on the map, see if there's a map located. But there appears to be a trail that runs along through here and goes up that way. Nice little place to hang out. All right, let's go check out the rest of these campsites, 1 through 6. that was 6 over there. This one's probably campsite number 5.
I need to mention that this campground can handle rigs up to 40 feet long.
And it is going to be a back-end site. Yep, this is campsite number 5. Nice and shaded for your rig. Branches are a little bit low, guys, but they're not dangerous limbs. They're just the little tips of the tree, if you know what I'm talking about, the new growth stuff. Here is campsite number 4. Now, your living space and your water and your fire pit is way over here, but your car or your small rig, actually not super small, your medium-sized rig can fit right here, but you got to walk over to your table though, because tables are not movable. There's no electric here, guys. This is will be considered primitive camping, but with the water be considered semi-primitive, I guess. Site number 3. So see, you just kind of pull up in here. This will be more like for a tent, I would guess. There you go. Let's go straight because the road goes off that way. Oh, the youth campground. Let's go check the rest of these campsites and then we'll go check the youth. See if we can get into it. Up ahead is site number 2. Is occupied by tent. I won't video a whole lot of it. Don't like invading other people's privacy. That's a nice big site. Perfect for some yard games. And then site number 1 is also occupied. And it's got a small rig with a Jeep, which is very nice. Very nice setup. And site number 1 seems to be very nice, the way it's kind of sheltered. Look at that nice huge campsite. Look at that, that's a beautiful site. Not huge in depth for a big rig, but it's very nice. Alright, so the campground loop kind of swings around and joins into the road where it will lead to the youth camp. Let's find out what that looks like. Hopefully it's not too far. All right, so I'm out here exploring some possibilities for some future places to camp, and we're in Withlacoochee State Forest in Florida, and it is part of the Croom Recreation. And Tammy's not with me today. You can see I'm solo exploring, as Tammy is at work and I just happen to have today off, and so I took opportunity to go and do some exploring here and check out some places to camp. And you know, when it comes to state forests, you have to do your homework and check out in advance, because sometimes the roads are horrible to get to, sometimes the campsites are not friendly, overgrown, whatever. So you got to do your homework beforehand. And so I do this to make sure our rig's going to fit in there. And if it doesn't, at least I can still share the video of the territory, because a lot of you may have smaller rigs and will be able to fit in these parks. So worth the checking it out and passing on the information. All right, so now we're in the youth campground portion of this park. There's like 2 sections, 1 and 2 for camping in, and let's check it out. It's actually quite nice. So here is a small section here, which is basically a double picnic table with a lantern hanger. You got a water spigot. You got a set of restrooms over there, boys and girls. And it also has a lantern hanger right at the entrance of the restroom itself, which is really neat because, you know, this is a youth camp. Little ones got to go to the restroom and relieve themselves in the middle of the night. So, and then back here, you have a group gathering area, which happens to have a fire, looks like a fire, either a fire ring or a fire pit. I can't tell, we're not there yet. We'll see when we get there. Yep, it's a makeshift like little fireplace. Some old red brick, some seating. So obviously this is where they do some entertainment and group gatherings and whatnot. But yeah, it looks like that little fireplace has seen some better days. You can see it's been concreted and put together, but has since then fallen apart. All right, so there is some more campground area right here for the youth. Let's go check it out. And just to let you know, I will add some information in this video on how to book this and how, with the maximum number of attendance of people that can camp here, and what it's all about as far as youth camping. Youth camping pretty much tells me that it's going to be like Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, church group, you know, that type of thing, or boys clubs, summer camps, that stuff. So anyway, here's one of 2 camping areas. Got a picnic table with a lantern hanger, of course. You got all these logs here to separate out the area. That way your cars aren't coming in beyond into the camping area itself, because you set up all your tents all down through here, all your tents. And then there's another picnic table. And then you got this really, really big fire ring. And looks like the Rangers have been in here cleaning up because they're providing some firewood. So it means some dead trees have fallen over, probably from a storm, and they really loaded up. So your first burn is going to be like a fire, what do you call that? Fire bomb? I don't even know what to call it. But anyway, there's some stairs here, some handmade stairs here that leads down to that big lake down there. Let's go check it out. There might be a fishing pier down there or something. Some of the steps are really steep. It's like almost a 2-foot drop on some of these. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Goodness. Okay. It kind of. Oh, that's what it is. It goes off in trails. Remember earlier at the other campground, I showed that little deck thing, and then there was a trail down there. So this trail connects to it. Good to know. You need to get over to the other campground. Let's get back up top and look at the rest of this youth camp. Wow. I tell you, you get your work out there. All right, so there you have it. So on that side of the parking lot is one campsite. This is the other campsite. 2 campsites, guys. one giant fire ring. There was one, not one over there. And then you have a little group gathering area. All right, let's head out of here. And then, of course, you know, here's some additional area for tents. Let's head on back out to the main campground. So, Mutual Mine Campground is specifically just a campground. It does not have a day use area. So, anything you plan on for activities will have to be on the outside of the campground or done at your campsite. There's no other place to do anything other than that one little overlook area around that swampy pond or whatever it was. So plan ahead, guys. So here is site number 7. They look like 1 through 6 pretty much, which I figured it would be. You got the little corral fence for your parking area, and then you have all that yard on the outside. There's a water spigot way back there. Just to let you know, if you bring a camper in here, bring a couple extra hoses. They're a little spread out. This water spigots, you're going to be stretching. Picnic table, hanger, fire pit, ability to cook. Very nice. Semi-shade. Campsite number 8. Man, I really like these campsites here. These are really nice. They spent the time to put up these little fences and corral fences here. It's and then it's mowed. It's not overgrown in any way. It's actually being taken care of like you would expect. Because sometimes I pull into some Florida parks and it's like, wow, they don't even care about this park anymore. But this one, you could tell there's some pride here. Site number 9. I would say you could probably get a 36-foot trailer in there. The tree right there, unless you have a slide towards the front of your rig, it won't be a problem. You do have some low-lying branches right there. If you center your rig, it won't be so much of a problem. This one seems to have 2 picnic tables, 2 fire rings, so you have a choice of where you're going to cook, either behind your rig on the utility side or adjacent to the living side of your rig, or a couple tents. You always got that. That is an option. Right here you got some overflow parking. It is labeled. It's nice. Park your vehicle in some shade so you're not getting into a hot vehicle. And of course, if your rig is taking up all the campsite and then you need to park your car somewhere else. This is site number 10. A little bit wider. So if you have slides on both sides, this will be a little bit more appealing for slides on both sides. Oh, that's what it is. So site number 9 is not doubled down with the utilities, with the amenities. So straight back, that's site 10's amenities, picnic table and fire pit. I didn't realize that, but there's the correction. Next is site number 11. This one's on the end of this group. Picnic table and fire rings, kind of like on the utility side behind the camper a little bit, or you park your tents back there. Pretty nice. Nice living area, spread out. And I see a anchor in the ground here, so somebody had brought their dog and forgot their line. They forgot to there's this bent, so the dog was yanking on it. The line goes all the way up, so somebody left that behind in the chew bone. Left his bone here too. Somebody was leaving out of here in a hurry, possibly. I mean to leave that kind of stuff. It can be an easy oversight, or maybe they were kicked out. Who knows? Anyway, Got some more sites up ahead here. Look at this. Just look at this loop, guys. Look at that. Look at the beautiful woods. You hear some cars in the distance from the road I entered in from. It's not real bad, unless you get a loud truck or loud motorcycle, then you'll catch your attention. But I don't think it'd be too distracting. So here is site number 12. God, I like these sites. I just love it when there's this rustic feel and organization with the corralled fences. It's just so nice. You know, and earlier I was talking about the geography of the landscaping of Florida, talking about hills. Look at this. That is a huge mound right there. Look at that. Yeah, that's probably, might be considered a mountain right here in Florida. Who knows? All right, site number 13. This is the last site. It's on the end. Water spigot. Nice deep site. Watch out for the stump there. That stump's about 2 feet tall, so if you have slides, watch out for that. Picnic table. Lantern hanger. And of course, your fire pit. And the cooking grate. And look at that. People actually go up that hill. They get curious to see what that hill's all about. I don't blame them. Then you got all this yard here for tents, a couple of tents, setting up chairs, even a screened room, screened gazebo, lots of chairs. And then finally, you got this turnaround point to head back out. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna head back out. So that's the tour of Mutual Mind Campground. So how do you book it? I'll put the description down below, or the link rather. It is reserveamerica.com. Easy peasy. All right, let's head back to the truck and head on to the next one.
Well, I sure enjoyed discovering this park, and I think you enjoyed it too. You should consider subscribing to our channel. You'll never know. We just may be guilty of adding to your bucket list. And as always, thanks for watching. Two for the road.